I got to get this for Paul. He looks like he's ready to let something loose.
I'm ready.
Yeah, Paul looks like he's got to say some shit.
Yeah. No?
Okay.
No, yeah.
He just came in. Fuckers.
Oh, that's just these fuckers, not these fuckers.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. That's for our other podcast. That's for our Parenthood podcast.
yeah.
Well, you guys want to talk about like market shit this week? Probably.
Can do.
We can
Yeah.
do both. Well, I think we have market stuff we can talk about, which relates to the Evo stuff could lead into the market stuff.
Yeah.
Because I lost a fucking bag on an informed Florian Wirtz that I thought I had a good price at, and the cams just went.
Oh,
All right.
I'm losing 250k today in this crash. It's killing me, man.
Yeah, I saw. Not to call out. Not this is not calling out Nate, but I was watching the Foot Accountant's video from this morning. And he was talking about how he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna look into investing in some of these Trailblazers," which in the past, like that's excellent. Buy the promo players now,
Yeah.
like the Saturday Sundays. But those cards are getting absolutely destroyed. It's like, okay, what's going on?
They are, yeah. Yeah, it's tough out there. People are throwing all these. Yesterday, people got Evos, spent loads of time. Now they've completed those Evos. Going and buying players. We've got another Evo today that's really good. Left back, cost 70k. More coins off the market. It's
Yep.
it's rough out here. And
Luckily
I broke my own rule. I never hold on to a team.
Mm-hmm.
This dumb fuck held on to a team, didn't he? And
The one weekend not to hold on to the team.
yeah,
God.
I'm losing about 100k or more on Zaire Emery.
That card got destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm losing. I've got a couple of investments. So I bought some Joe Coles cheap last night.
I like the hero shout.
Could have sold
mean,
them for profit today. Didn't. Missed the opportunity, and then now look. Now is. But I'm hoping we get a little rise tomorrow.
Same.
And if not, who cares? Because they had some decent pack luck this week. I packed Sophia Smith when she was 300k. Sold her for 275. So any losses, it's
Mitigated. Yeah.
it's it's one of them. But yeah, helps me keep in front of Hunter with our transfer profit as well. Those little pack pulls. I need one of those every week now.
Yeah. You better get those because I'm actually going to be probably slowing down on the trading because it looks like we'll start off with this, I guess, but it looks like EA came through with a massive ban on PC players for hacking, cheating, which that's been a problem, right? So the last couple of weekends, what PC players were doing was there's this cheat where they would just let their players play on ultimate difficulty and they would just sit back and get 15 and O's and just spam rewards, and it was flooding the market with supply. And like I said, I was buying 88s for 12K, 10K. 86s were down to like 4 point something. And they've all since sold, but just doing that over and over and over. But since they banned these players, the market is already responding. Like cards are already coming back up because that supply is not, it's back to kind of equilibrium. But it was needed because this was going to trickle over into the console market if they didn't get a grip on that. And I say that was going to trickle over because if you still had crossplay on, you would be playing teams that were way better than yours because SBCs would cost way less on PC than they would for console, right? So eventually it would have caught up and it would have been an issue. So I'm glad they reacted and I hope they keep reacting because what's the fucking point?
Yeah. You know me. I've been banging on about cheaters for forever. Get on them fuckers. Get them swooped up and get them out of here.
Yeah, I feel like there's a easy, they have to have a verified list. It wouldn't, in my mind, it wouldn't be that hard for them to be like, all right, the past couple weeks, who's been hitting 13, who's been hitting 12, 13 wins? Like, all right, we'll double check to see if they're 15-0 now this week, like whatever, that might be able to happen. But if you do have players that were hitting like 8, like anything less than 9, 10, like 11, no, those guys aren't hitting 15-0s consistently. Just get rid of those accounts.
And And those accounts on PC that are hitting 15 wins in an hour,
Yeah.
like that must be just easy to grab them fuckers and have them out.
Yeah, not gonna lie. Would it be entertaining to watch two hackers go up against each other on ultimate difficulty for
Yeah.
16 minutes of ultimate difficulty versus each
Yeah.
other? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And,
Which keeper cracks first?
yeah.
Yep.
And there is some in there where it just kicks you out as well. Like, just
Yeah,
kicks
so-
you out of the game. As soon as it goes in, kicks you out. I turned crossplay off
Yep.
at the beginning
Same.
of the game. Last year, I think I had crossplay off as well. I just didn't feel like there were any real benefit to it. And I found that this year, in this cycle, I found that when I turned the crossplay off, my results overall improved. So, we said it last week, didn't we, that people on PC seem to have an advantage. Don't know if you can prove that or say that for definite, but it certainly seems that way.
But Wise, you touched on it last week, just to let the people know, if they go and play Rush, they need to go back and turn it off again, correct?
Yeah, there will be a big.
Yeah.
There actually should hopefully be a big prompt on your screen that says like when you go into so say you go into your settings, you turn off crossplay, you play your weekend league games, then you go into Rush to play with the boys later that night. It will have a big prompt on your screen saying that like we are turning crossplay back on, and then you hit A for okay, and then you just have to make sure you remember. The biggest thing is remembering to go switch it back off if you're playing your rivals, if you're competitive in rivals like that or champs.
Why do you think they're doing that?
The Rush, the player pool is probably not there yet, in my opinion. So that they're doing that just so that because the queue times are longer. One I've found that are they drastically longer? No, when I'm queuing up for Tramps or Rivals. That said, for Rush, I could see them being maybe an issue if they had a crossplay off, and then you have like 3 people searching for one on one console, and then that means you have to match up with 4 Xbox players on the other. I could see there being issues there just because the player pool isn't as strong yet.
Yeah, I saw a post. I'm not going to put any names out there, but a post somebody shared of an EA employee basically bragging about his involvement with Rush and how proud he was of it. And basically, he's delusional, in my opinion, because he was talking about how much the community loves it and how much they're engaging with it and how great it is for the community. And I agree that it could be great for the community and it could be engaging, but Rush as it is right now, with most of these Evos requiring Rush objectives, it's a fucking rubber band marathon. Every game you go into, it's fucking rubber bands. Unless you have 4 actual players that you know, you go into a game, and then you're going to play against a team that has 1, maybe 2 people rubber banding, and it's not even competitive. So, in my opinion, the game mode of Rush right now is fucking dead. And if they don't do something to revive it, it's basically going to be the Evo rubber band pool.
Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. I know yesterday some of the Evos need wins, which, keeps people... You can sort of guess who's going to rubber band and who's going to go for the win by who they pick. And I think I needed 5 Rush wins. It's becoming hard work. You get 1 rubber bander, and your opponent's
gotta
not
recruit
rubber
help.
banding, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And those rubber banders that play people onside as well just run back into their own goals. They're the worst type.
Which is even worse.
Yeah. Or just linger on sideline. So if your pass is not absolutely bang on, it passes to them. Oh, yeah. It could be so much fun as well, because it is that game mode where you can just jump in, smash a few games out, or do your Evos, whatever it is. But it needs a fix so that if people are in there, they need to be playing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not a video game developer, but I think there would be a way where you can tell if somebody was spamming the same input over and over and over. So if somebody had a rubber band on their left stick, there should be a way to where you look at that, and if they're putting the same input for 30 seconds straight, kick them out. They don't get anything. They don't get a game. They don't get a win. They don't get nothing. All they get is a DNF. Like, to me, that would massively impact that game mode. People would be forced to actually participate. They'd probably find another way to get around it, but at least make it harder for these people.
Yeah. They'll probably kick me for spamming sprint.
Why do I have so many rubber bands on my desk?
I also be spamming sprint. Yeah.
It's hard enough as well. Hunters, there's evidence there. Look at that. 3 different types of rubber band there on Hunter's desk.
You're full of shit.
I'm using a 64 rated bronze at the moment in Rush. So, like, it's tough out there. I did see somebody posting the other day saying, just go through and block them all. Like, anybody who rubber bands, block them. But in the
That's
UK
not like that,
especially, like, the player pool is huge. You're just going to end up getting... But I suppose it'll stop you from being matched with them again. Don't know how much difference
that ain't
that's
gonna
going to
do
make. No. I've seen people naming and shaming as well. I can't advocate for that. That's not, but yeah, something should happen to them. Chop the hands off or a finger at least.
Well, if anything, one thing they could change as far as not even booting people, but instead of having play 4, win 2, play 4, win 4. Done.
Yeah.
I mean, that would sort it a lot because you can't just sit there and spam the left stick and win a game every time. You might get lucky if you're playing with some really good players, but it's basically just a toxic fucking mess right now.
Yeah. And I've noticed as well, people are just dropping out now. So if you get a couple of goals, the other team's just vanishing because they're having 2 people who are rubber banded.
Although the AI is very strong in Rush.
Decent,
so
yeah.
If you are left with just 3 AI, you will probably win that game.
Yeah, you are, yeah.
This guy was Evo and Mindy last week. Everybody had quit. It was me, one other person, and these other 2 guys had quit, and Mindy just took over the game. We just kept feeding Mindy, and he just dominated. I know Wise hates to hear it.
I do, but I can believe it.
And we were losing by like 3 goals. We ended up winning. It was amazing. Thanks to the AI. We got a bunch of new Evos. Do you guys want to talk about the Evos?
Yeah, we should get into them and see if any of us are doing any of them.
Yeah. I did Bag of Tricks, and I put it on Dylan Nealis, who is a bronze card. I sent you guys a picture of it in our Discord chat.
Which everybody should get involved with anyways.
Yeah. It's in the link in the description. It's free. 64 rated right back. He can also play center back and right mid. And he's now an 85 rated card with 99 agility, 99 balance, 96 reactions, 87 acceleration, 92 sprint, 81 physical, 80 passing, 8 playstyle plus. He's or player role plus, but he's a freaking monster. Monster card all the way from 64. Bag of Tricks nice. Really did it.
Yeah, that's like you said, a 64 and an off league. This is what we were hoping for Evos.
Yes.
Glad they finally fixed the chainability issue with that. Paul, I think you sent a sweet looking cam too, right? To us.
Yeah. Jamie Walker plays for Bradford City. It's 5 Evos, but I don't care. It's we play possession, playmaker glow up, intro to stat limits, goal frenzy, rapid wing mastery. But the card itself looks absolutely phenomenal. He's got incisive pass, finesse, power shot. Incisive is playstyle plus as well. Tiki-taka, technical, rapid, 4-4. He can also play centre mid and left wing as well, which I really like. The only stat that's not amazing is his reactions, and that's 76, but 87 composure, 99 agility and balance, 87 shooting, 91 passing, which is really nice, 91 aggression, 86 dribbling, really, really nice card. And I can tell already from using his bronze that this card is going to be really, really good. Like, just the build. He's not massive. He's not too small either. He's going to be a great cam. He's Scottish and plays for Bradford City, so his links aren't amazing, but I just need a few more Bradford City Evos, don't I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in that one.
Or to pack Kenny Dalglish.
That'll be okay, just a casual dog leash. Put it into the ether. Um, yeah, no, I think they really decided to up their game there. I'm looking at like a more Serie A forward player like Pobega. I've seen some of the evolution that he
Yeah.
looked like. I feel like he's one of the popular players on those tabs. That looks really solid for the center mid, and it's like I've really enjoyed using Barella, but it's always nice to mix up the team now that we're like a month in and have that option with an Evo player. Is important. They have that left back one too, which I don't know if anybody's going to do the brilliant Bompastor. That looks pretty solid. What is it? Like you mentioned, Paul already mentioned the rapid wing mastery, but good to see them back. Do you think? What do we think the cadence of Evos is going to be going forward? Just so that maybe people like. I mean, are you thinking we're going to get one? We're not going to be getting three on one day. I don't think it, or are we?
No, I think that was just to catch up on it. I think
Yeah.
that was just to make up for the weeks that we've had no Evos. But I think we'll just get a steady sort of trickle now, 1 or 2 a week maybe. But I'm all about grinding them. I don't mind as long as I'm getting decent cards out of it. And you look at this, even this Bompastor one tonight, I think it's 900 FIFA points, FC points, or 70k.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got a Gold Mendy goes in it, which,
Disgusting.
some centre backs and CDMs go in it as well. Goncalo Inacio. I think
Yes.
it you who shouted that out the other week about buying a few of those and just slinging them on the. Or it might have been Matt, but I bought a few anyway, and he's gone up because he fits this Evo perfectly.
Yep, no, I have him. I actually have been using him in weekend league. So that actually, wow, yes, 90 pace now. Ooh, might have to just get this ball rolling. That said, I don't know if I want to drop 70k on Liga Nos player. That's still hey, I'm happy the options out there for people. Happy the options out there for the people that are trying to run their Portuguese team. Link him up with Ricardo Carvalho, who's actually been a really good center back for me.
Big shout out to our former guest, Jake. I joined his Patreon, his trading service, and he put out a little memo telling us to buy up a bunch of Lamine Yamals when they were basically as low as you could get them for, because he was probably going to go into some Evos in the coming days. And I bought 30 of them, and we made some bank on those.
Nice, no, that's huge.
Lamine
The
Yamals.
Elise too, the French boy from Bayern was on that list. I assumed, I mean, maybe Jake's list. I meant list of players that you should just stock in when they're discard. Popular league or popular player, if you recognize the name and they're like less than 13k, put them in the club.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I've just seen that Balde fits this Evo and turns him into a 86. An 86 rated Balde card at this stage, I think, will be a phenomenal card.
Yeah, and it's cool to see that they are able to fix that where it's like, we're finally seeing that. It's like, yeah, Balde is not going to get the pace upgrade, but did he need the pace upgrade? No,
No.
but he does need these other, at this stage of the game, the passing that's going to come with it, the dribbling and all those other things, and the physical upgrade is going to be helpful too for him as we move on. I mean, Kadioglu looks really good too, and Udoji,
Udogie.
like there's some really good players. The Diego Dallo. His total rush card is so good, and I hate playing against it. So if you don't maybe have the facilities for that in itself, just do this one. Put some money into it if you want. If you're someone that's set on being able to have being able to see what you're buying, hey, go for it. Like Matt's always talking about. So
Yeah.
hey, it's been a good thing, but then also I think it's a perfect segue into the fact that, oh man, do I even have 70k left after what this did to the market to spend on Evo?
Oh,
I feel
I
bad
don't
for you
even
guys.
look. I don't even
Ugh.
look.
Yeah,
So many cards got slammed today. Like
And
Mateus is down big, Bonmati's down big. All of the big female cards are down massive. What's causing this, Paul? Or why is one of you?
Paul, go ahead.
I think a lot of it is just that people are replacing cards in the team with Evos. We got all those Evos yesterday. People have gone straight out and just replaced cards. Then there's been a little bit of a drop. I think people were a little bit sort of nervous anyway because there's been an Icon SBC leaked and 1 or 2 other things. So people were just maybe trying to get the coins safe. And like I say, then they've come out and replaced you know, a lot of these Evos, people like Yamal, it wasn't a massive chain, so a lot of people have got that done yesterday, replaced him today. So I'm not rushing out and selling things that I've purchased. I'll probably wait till tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be a little rise tomorrow. Monday's usually decent for a rise. So I'm not going out there and panicking. I bought a couple of Joe Coles last night when he were really low. You know, he's pretty steady as Joe Cole. Might be tempted to buy another one actually. But yeah, and I'm seeing it even in weekend league. I've played a few weekend league games today. So many people have got Evos in the team, which I didn't see last week. Or I've not seen much in Rivals this week, so I think people have gone out and been like, let's go. People love Evos, don't they? Especially like when you get decent usable cards.
I've been all over them this year. I didn't hardly do any last year, and I regretted it, so I'm really trying to just stay on top of it this year. I think I've Evo'd 8 or 9 cards already, and I still have a few more I need to do. But
no, I have a couple of friends who are almost like you said or specific like Evo hunters. Not to use your name in there too, but like that's their main focus. And so this is great. Like they had put the game down for a while. You know, they had no really incentive to play it.
Yeah, like I'm not playing Rivals or Champs, but I'm still playing the shit out of the game doing these Evos. I'm building an all MLS Evo team, and it's probably usable in a competitive scene, and I'm going to do it when I finish all these Evos and just see how it performs. But it makes the game more interesting. It makes it less fucking boring where you come up against the same goddamn cards every weekend. Like, even in Rush right now, I'm seeing that Sissoko card. Everybody and their mom's Evo in that Sissoko card. And it's a really good card. It's a really good card.
I think that also, we could piggyback that to the point of, I don't think we touched on the SBCs that have dropped, but as Hunter mentioned, the Sissoko is like 20K. Everybody go out there, do that card. There's no reason not to do that card, whether it be, I mean, I think he fits into an Evo anyways already, but besides that, you got to, get it done. Even the other squad foundation players that you can accrue in the championship are pretty solid. That right back looks like Frimpong, so just, you're not going to necessarily miss a step there. And then the other individual, of course, I'm blanking on what position they play. Is it like a forward? I can't remember. But oh no, it's Noto. My bad. So it's the right mid. So like that's a great card, right? Like Italian links. If anybody ever in their mind wants to link Italians with the championship, go for it. So I to kind of hit on the market just a little bit, but I think through the Evos and through the SBCs, we're getting cheap, attainable versions of things that are going to go into people's squads. And so because of that, there is this panic, and that anytime you see anytime you see a nice Evo or an SBC, that's going to undermine the prices of those positions because there's not as much demand, not as much use. And EA have done a good job with that this year. That's why I was weary about, okay, well, hopefully we're not getting 3 Evos every weekend. I'm not a big fan of that.
No, I'm not a big fan of that either. I think that would be an absolute nightmare, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would be a nightmare. We are, though, also getting close to a month into the game, and you think you take a step back and you're like, okay, let me think about the teams and the other teams of people I know that we talk to in the Discord, yada yada yada. They're getting close. They're getting close to being all untradeable, and so I think that's another impact that it has on the market, because if these cards are all untradeable, people aren't like, oh, well, I don't feel the need to go out and buy new players. And so that's, or if they are buying new players, they're only buying the top upper echelon there. And so that's where we're seeing this, just like last year, rise of the high icons, high value heroes, those players, and then the drop off of anything else. Like golds, of course, are already done. And then there's only Theo Hernandez, Valverde, Van Dijk, maybe even like a Saliba, and I don't know how much longer Saliba is going to hold his value. Like there's only a handful, less than maybe 20 golds that are going to be competitive in people's squads. I'll say a week from now, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I think they'll be like you say, Vinny, Saliba, Mbappe, and those type, but it's getting few and far between, isn't it? And going back to that Sissoko, if people didn't use another centre mid yesterday for the Evos, loads of people are going out and doing that Sissoko, putting him into the Foundations Evo, and what a card that is. And who didn't have a French link or two? But I was thinking as well, a lot of this panic, and not necessarily panic, but they're dropping the market. It could be a lot of people just falling away from the game. I'm hearing so many people saying, can't be arsed, I'm done. And you get that on a Sunday, Saturday and Sunday. X is full of people crying about the gameplay and whatnot. But I know a few people that have just stopped playing. They're just not bothered. And they've walked away. There's new games out, so I don't necessarily know what the new games are. I don't really play any, but
Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
there you go. So people will be out there playing that. I saw that Hunter were playing that the other day instead of the AFC. I was like, what are you doing with your life?
I only played it for like 8 hours
Yeah,
straight.
that's it.
I didn't even fucking
completed
blink.
it.
Yeah, we're looking at the. I'm looking at the market now. And I agree that some players have pushed away, and we've talked about. We don't necessarily fully comprehend what EA's rationale was with making these games hard. Like I'm 2-2 in weekend league after, and because we're recording this on Sunday. After we hop off here, I got to get on those games, try to make a little run, and then maybe save 6 or 7 games for this evening when people are gonna rage quit when they go down a goal. But we're still seeing, in the middle of the day, not too long after promo release, there's still like 8.5 million items on the market. Like there are still things to be had here. It's just either people are buying fodder to put into an SBC, people are buying the Evo, and so because of that, they have less coins to then go out and buy our other cards, and so the demand is just trickling down and down and down for tradable items, but that's not something. I'm happy that the Trailblazer squad has given us some players that fit. To reference Jake, who Hunter mentioned, like Jake could be like, well, there's nobody in the 50 to like 300K range that people want to buy, and hopefully with this Trailblazers we'll see that with the likes of the Pulisic, with the likes of the Anthony Robinson, but again. I'm not necessarily advocating people hold them long term because Anthony Robinson can get replaced by the left back Evo, and Pulisic can play cam, and there's plenty of good cams now.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't even looked, but I just bought a Karchawi today. I imagine she's been absolutely murdered.
Yeah.
Oh, the losses just keep coming.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Which version did you get?
You got to grin and bear this one for sure.
Oh, she's not bad. She's only down like 10k, something like that, which, is not bad.
Which one did you get? The Inform?
Yeah. She just helps with my links to Marquinhos and Zaire Emery. But while we're talking about Team of the Week, I made so many coins this weekend from chem style trading. So buying Pedri's, Gvardiols, and one or two of the Trailblazers. My mind went blank there. Getting old sucks,
Paul's got brain fog.
I have. Yeah. I've got like CT, and I've never had a fight in my life.
No, it's okay. Your brain had to take a rip of the vape while you
saw that foot champs.
Yeah, it did. But the Spanish right back as well, Mingueza.
Mm-hmm.
So buying those with shadows, the gap between the ones with shadows and ones without have been 10k at some points.
Ooh.
So I've been flipping those for like 7-8k, like quite a few. And that's not been possible this year so far. So it's been like the first time I've been getting into something grindy on the sort of trading side. But you'll be happy to know I've just lost all those coins today from the market crash. But yeah, there we go. Phenomenal.
I did again another move I did the week before. I just took the 85 Inform, basically near discard, was a Cardi, and I was buying him for no more than 11,000 on bid and just quickly flipping him for 13,000, making 1,500 coins a pop. I must have done that 100 times, which that's just easy money. It's mindless trading, but it's easy money. I mean,
those are some of my favorite ones. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and it's so easy to just mass bid on it and walk away and see what you get, 30 minutes from now, and then just mass bid again and just list them up for the same price, and they sell. Sometimes you got to list them 2 or 3 times, but they eventually sell. I don't know who's buying that, because who wants to use that card?
Just
not even that great.
I think Rafina needed a lot of informs. Quite a lot of the
Oh, man.
SBCs that have
Yeah,
come
he did.
last week or so have needed multiple informs, haven't they? So people are just being lazy and going buying one for
Well, it's
1 or
good to
2K
see.
extra.
It's good to see him put some cards in the market that actually moved fodder because, Paul, you and I were talking yesterday about how it just seems like fodder was never going to move. It just kept going further stagnant. And I mean, I had 100 cards on my transfer list and they were just sitting there like, ugh, is this shit ever
That's-
going to move? And then today it moved finally.
I
think it's
still
hard,
have
isn't
some
it?
fodder. Yeah. Go ahead, Paul.
It's hard because of the SBC storage. Like everybody's got some fodder in the club. So where previously you'd use fodder out your club and then you might have to go buy a card or two. Now, mostly you're not having to buy any cards. They're just sat there. I think I've got 488s sat in mine right now. 3 of them are the same one, which is a bit annoying. But it's been really tough on the fodder market unless you've absolutely nailed it with like there's been an 87 requirement and you've needed an 87. They've, that's put a bit of a rise into cards. But I've been buying higher rated stuff, Rodri's, Ruben Diaz, those type of cards, and they've been selling because what I have been doing is I've been buying them with shadows. And that just adds a little bit of extra value, doesn't it? So they have been sort of selling to lasers eventually, but you can't do that with 100 cards. It's just 1 or 2 flying out here and there. But we have just got a big icon SBC today. Looks expensive, 350k, I think it is. 88, max 88 base icon. 87, 86, 86, 85 squads. So that seems...
It's funny because looking at my transfer list, I don't really look at leaks anymore. I try to avoid them the best I can, but I was wondering why all of my 85s, 86s, and 87s were like cleared off the shelf and none of my 88s have moved. It's like, okay, well, there you go. There's the answer. It's crazy how much impact these things have and how quickly they have it.
Yeah, I think on PC as well, you've been getting fodder real cheap, haven't you? So I imagine your profit margins, you're just happy to take small profit and get rid.
Yeah.
Which is probably
86s
the
have been
move,
the
innit?
best, though. 86s, you could get them for sometimes in the 3s. Flip them for 8s. Like 32,
crazy.
33.
That is something that we do not know anything about.
Yeah.
Ours is, we'll get them in the low 8s, flip them for a 9. Like,
Yeah,
good.
You get them in the low 8s and selling for 8.5. It's like...
Take your 17 coins.
Yeah.
It's really weird, though, how they all, like, even these 88s, like, Renard was showing up in, like, blocks of 5 for, like, 8K a piece. Just 5 of them. Boom. Like, that's some strange behavior from the market. You know what I mean? Especially a smaller market like PC. Like, what are the odds that 5 people at the same time listed that card for the same price and as low as it was? It just feeds that conspiracy theory that EA just floods the market with shit just to knock it down.
Oh, there's a lot of talk. There seems to be a lot of talk of that as well at the moment regarding PC market. People saying that it's been flooded by cards by EA, but I don't
Keep
think
talking,
it
Paul.
is.
My 88s are selling. Keep going.
I don't think it is that. I think it's just the fact that there's so many hacks going on. People are just getting there's so much supply during the weekend that it's just getting killed. But
Keep talking. Go. Go.
we haven't spoken about Pale, have we?
No.
So the owner, I think, of Pale Tools, which is an extension which a lot of people use, makes SBCs easier, but it also has like a sniping bot on it, I think. I'm not familiar
Do we
with
know this to be true for sure, the Pale Tools thing, or is that just a rumor?
No, the guy who owns Pale Tools has told people to stop using it because people have been getting banned. Or maybe he has said that as a precautionary measure because quite a lot of people were getting banned. But this is something that people use, you're not supposed to use it. So if you do use it and you get banned, I'm not
'cause
going to cry for you. Tough shit.
When we get the game, we
Yeah.
always just spam through the little messages where it says, "Hey, don't do this shit,
Yeah,
don't do
don't
that
do
shit."
this.
Nobody reads it, and then you do the shit, and you get
Yeah,
banned.
well,
And you get
that
found
that
out.
message this year seemed to be a little bit more aggressive.
It was
there
very
were-
aggressive.
There were
Oh.
more of them. I think I've had
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 this year so far, where I think last year I got one right at the beginning and that were it. So it does look like EA are clamping down. And it would be a bit shit if somebody got banned for using that when they're only using it to complete SBCs faster. But that's the risk. If you're using an extension like that, you're risking your account. Like, it's not your account, it's EA's account. If you fuck about with it, they'll take it off you. I stay clear of those things because it's not, And as well, I just think it's like getting cheat codes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It's just like getting like why? And I get it. If you're doing 100 upgrades, it's easy to use that. Instead of having to put the 4 rares in individually yourself. I get it, but
Haven't
That's
they
the
added
game.
new ways to search for different types of players during SBCs?
have the what? Sorry.
Haven't they added new options to search for different players and more filters basically to narrow down certain cards? I thought I saw a message about it, but I haven't messed with it.
Yeah, I saw something the other day about it that there were more. I think when the update came for old gen, it was on there, but I haven't seen anybody talk about it since. So I'm not sure if it
I'm
is
looking
there.
at the web app. I don't see anything, so maybe it's not here yet. I don't
Is it
know.
on console only? Maybe.
Maybe so. Yeah, could be.
I should probably know, shouldn't I? But
No, keep going, and then I'll start it up, and I'll check.
I've not had a proper look. But it would be easy, wouldn't it, just to be able to, in the squad builder, to pick 6 rares, the rest non-rares. It's not like, because it does take so much more time, and if people and if EA want you to be blitzing your clubs on upgrades, make it easy. Make it easy for us to be able to do that when
Yeah, I
the
feel like
upgrades
you're
come.
right. Especially when it's repeatable, I feel like it would take more fodder off them. Like if you're able to do it in a shorter period of time, then you might spend more time on the market buying them, or maybe you're like, oh, I want to keep doing this, and so you go buy some packs. Like I do think that the incentive is there for them to do something like that.
What about the new promo, Treble Ages? We haven't talked about that yet.
Some tidy cards in here.
Some really tidy cards.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I think we've alluded to it a few times, but any of them making your team?
I'd like to get Pulisic in the team, but I'm waiting for him to come down. I never try to buy these cards when they're fresh into packs. I try to wait until they're just about out of packs, because then they typically rise if they're worth a shit. So if I'm wrong, Paul, correct me, but that's how I've been treating promo cards. If you buy them early, you typically tend to lose coins. Is that right?
Yeah, it seems reward seems to be the best time to buy them if you're going to buy some. That Mingueza was gone in my team because I packed Aspas, and it's that perfect link to Aspas. I also packed that Garcia, the female CDM. She's all, you know what? She's all right. She's
That
all
card was
right,
pretty
but
cracked.
I'm just looking now. The prices have come right down, so this promo now is looking nice. You look at Bastoni. That card is going to be a pain in somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Llorente, I want him for my team. He's probably an upgrade on the Mingueza. Cole
Yeah, it's
Palmer,
nice to see-
4-4.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's really
No,
expensive, though.
He is, yeah. He's down a lot. He's down to 660 now, which is, he was 900 at
I think
one
it's-
point.
I think it's because so many people loved that that SBC. Like I'm still seeing that player of the month a bunch, and they're like, oh, okay, that's the case. We'll put the English, slap the English tax on him, and the Prem tax on him, and here we go.
So you guys can see the screen that I'm sharing.
Yes.
So they have added a bunch of different options. So if you go into one, select the 85 rated squad, and you can filter it. Hang on, how did I do that?
I can't see your screen for some reason.
Really?
NA only.
Well, I was just on the screen. I think it's if you use Squad Builder. Yeah, if you use Squad Builder to do one, you can select leagues, clubs, countries, instead of just like generic shit like before. So you can even do max overall, minimum overall, sort by ratings, acquisition dates, ignore positions. So there's a lot of different options, which should make for a more automated process.
Yeah, that'll make it much easier, won't it? I like that. Just a little quality of life thing that they've made. They've made it easier for us. Do you know which card I really, really want, and I can't really afford her at the moment? Bon Mati. She's 2 mil. She's dropped like 600k today. She's 5-star weak foot, but she's got that finesse plus. So as a cam, she's going to be a pain in the ass, like just smashing finesse shots from all over. And
Yeah,
she's got Kante vibes as well. So like she'll just scurry about and whip that ball away from you, and instantly from 30 yards out smash a finesse shot into top bins. I need that card
that
in my
90
life.
interceptions. Yeah, that 90 interceptions is going to go crazy. Ugh. Plus the Shadow Striker player role plus, not plus, but just plus. That's meta right now. That is meta.
Haaland makes me laugh. 2 million coins, 3-star, 3-star. Fuck off. I'm not paying 2 mil for a card that's 3-star, 3-star.
Yeah, it's like, what was that a few years back? It was like when at the start of FIFA when he was like 300k in FIFA 23 or whatever that was, and then people realized, oh wait, let's maybe not be playing with it. Like if you shift him onto his right foot, he can't hit shit.
Yeah,
There's people on PC spending 3.3 million for that Haaland card.
Yeah, there you go.
His player of the month is annoying. His player of the month gives me some fits in weekend league and whatnot. But that said, like just if you miss the boat, don't spend 2 billion on him.
Yeah, he's good in if you sort of lobbing it into him. He's winning those headers, bullying your centre backs a bit. But you could just get, if you want somebody to bully your centre backs or just bully your whole team, really, you just need Adama.
Mm-hmm.
The absolute fucking rebound machine that Adama is. Oh my God.
I feel like this game is a rebound machine, though. There's so many rebounds still.
I'll post a clip in Discord later. I've got multiple clips, but I've had one today where both of my centre backs are sort of, a ball gets knocked in, and really one of my centre backs should just bring it down and play it to the right back, but they both go to the ball. Marquinhos trips up over Saliba, knocks him over, and Adama, the ball's just there, then Adama just comes in and kicks it past my keeper. Like, there was nobody anywhere near him when the ball came to them both, and they just fucking fell over each other. And it just seems to happen a lot. There's just a lot of that sort of bullshit going on. But I can see why people are getting annoyed with the game, but you've just got to laugh, because it'll happen to you where you're on the other end of it and you're scoring goals like that. But man, they really have pulled a fast one with us. It's like they have said, "I tell you what, guys, give us £100, test this game for us for the next month, and then I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll reduce it by 60% before Black Friday is even close. We'll reduce it by 60%, and sell it to everybody else. Now we've got all the information we need about how bad the game is and what needs fixing. Yeah, we'll sell it to your mates for 40 quid.
Yeah, that part's frustrating.
And probably give him a better hero
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to catch up.
Yeah.
just to rub salt in the wound.
I seem to remember a couple of years ago, like, if this game was 30%, if this game was reduced at Black Friday, people were happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you
Yeah.
got 30% off at Black Friday, people were over the moon.
I know friends that are still waiting for it to be cut
Oh,
for
it'll be
Black
on
Friday.
fucking Game Pass by Black Friday at this rate.
Yeah.
60% off is a lot.
It is funny to see just that. Yeah, that shift.
Well, it's 60% off Ultimate Edition. It's still, what, like $20 off of the regular price? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're still making bank.
Oh, they are. They are.
I mean, what you're paying for Ultimate Edition is that early access. You get that week of early access, and yeah, the hero and the FIFA points. But let's be honest, everybody's paying for that extra week of playing time because that extra week is crucial. You want to get your club ahead of the curve.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is, I think. I think it's becoming less crucial than it used to be.
Still sucks though, knowing you paid $100 for it.
It does, yeah.
Anybody's
yeah.
gonna go buy it
Yeah.
for fucking 40.
Yeah. Yeah, because it feels like we're further along in the game. And we're not. It's like still brand new pretty much. But on the bright side, I'm enjoying it. Like, I've had a few spells this week where I've played sort of half a dozen games, and it's been so much fun. I've been scoring some absolute blinders with Angel Gomez.
I was on the receiving end of a few rage messages from you though, a couple times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen Paul like that before.
Was that last week, though, when I couldn't qualify?
It was a week and a half ago, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I was raging. Full
Oh,
on
yeah.
raging. Like, I said to you, didn't I, Hunter, and I might have said on the pod last week that now I know why EA are not that bothered about people not qualifying, because it'll definitely send some people to the store. Because I was like, fuck this, I need to make some coins, make this team better, or at least spend some of my coins to buy a better team so that I can qualify.
Don't do it.
But then this week I qualified first 3-0 straight in, no problem. There is more retards like me though now who have got enough points for me playing the game enough to qualify.
Prefer the word rush tards. Paul.
Rushtards, retards, yeah. Spastics. Yeah. Whatever your preference may be.
Yeah, that'll work. We do have a couple of questions.
Oh.
Jeeves, one of the Patreon supporters, wants to know, do you think people who play 5 at the back in champs/rivals also play the same setup in squad battles? If so, do you think they have ever... we talked about this one, didn't we?
You might have. The answer to that is yes, they definitely do. Those type of
Yeah.
people. But
Have we talked about this? I thought we did.
I can't remember. No, you didn't talk about it last week.
No? I don't
Yes,
think
do you-
so.
Do you think people who play 5 at the back in champs rivals also play the same setup in squad battles? If
So
so,
they
do you
look-
think they've ever touched a woman's breast? Except their own mother's.
Yes and no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I played one today. 5 at the back. 5 at the back. He had Ledley King, Inform Eda Militao, and Saliba. Gvardiol at left back, Koundé at right back. Like, you've got 5 centre backs, mate. And then all they were doing were winning the ball back and just smashing it to Rashford and Rodrigo. Adama. Just, yeah. He got me a bit mad.
Oh, I wanted to read Westy's reply to Jeeves, but I'm not going to do it because, yeah, this is a public pod and I don't want to offend any sensitive ears. But yeah, if you're in the Discord, you want a good laugh, go read it. Now, Nomo effing Coins wants to know, he titles it "Players Slowing Down." Am I the only one this happens to, where my players literally slow down when they're approaching the ball? I've played a through ball on several occasions, and the player is clean through, but they seem to look like they're running on ice, slow down so the defender can catch them. Yes, I experience this almost every time I play the game. It's not just you. I think it is a some kind of balancing tool that they have put in to where if you make a proper pass with proper timing, you are then penalized because your opponent would then have conceded a goal, so they want to make it easier for your opponent, so they nerf your attacking player. That's my theory.
There's a lot of a lot of tinfoil on that one, but I mean, I wouldn't, not outlandish.
You've all experienced this too, right?
No, for sure. I wonder if there's like, if it's the new, if it's that new IQ mechanic plus the fact that we don't have AI. Like if your player doesn't have a high attacking position and aggression stat, then that might be the case too. I feel like the aggression stat is a little under, with the way the game's playing now. I think that's a little underappreciated for that reactivity, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would like an explanation. It'd be great if we can get one.
It happens all the time, doesn't it? And I am seeing with the IQ, like sometimes your players will be on a run, especially if you go like sort of down the wing and you're looking to play a ball across. You'll see, if you're on the left, you'll see your right winger making a perfect run, or your cam, and you're like, oh, we're going to score here. And then you look up again and they've just vanished. You're like, where have you gone? And you look back and they've just decided to make a little sort of detour away from the perfect position for you to score a goal. Happens all the time with centre mids when you'll send them on a run, they're making the perfect run, you're just about to play the ball and they just stop and decide they're not going to make that run anymore. Must be the IQ or something to do with the positioning and the roles plus and the roles. And we're not quite sure, are we? It'd be nice to have somebody break that down for us and explain it a little bit more, because I think there's so much more to learn and to be able to exploit with the roles. And I think we're not even sort of breaking the surface with it, really. We're not even...
To me, it's hard to really narrow it down to any one thing, because there's so many different ways you can play a certain card or a certain position with a certain role, a plus with no plus, out of position. The one thing I've noticed is the team that I'm using right now, I made a focus to build a team based on the players I want to use in their roles. And I have as many plus roles as I possibly can, and I'm winning games. It's a 4-1-2-1-2 wide, and it's really fun, it's really attacking, and I'm winning games. My players aren't running themselves off the pitch like they were before, but if I switch to a different formation, like if I'm putting a right wing at cam and they're out of position, they start running toward the sideline. They make dumb runs. They become mentally
challenged.
Yeah, thank you. They become rush tards, and they just run themselves off the pitch. It shouldn't be that way. Yeah, they can make bad runs, but they should still somewhat know how to play the game, instead of just running for water or whatever the fuck it is they're doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not done tweaking that.
Yeah. You don't want them to be ultimate, like squad battle level, but
I would rather put
semi-pro
like a
would be
training
nice.
dummy in the spot of a CDM than have a card do what they're doing. Like, just give me a fucking plastic blocker right there or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is. It's the game we have. And if you don't like it, don't play it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything?
I think that's it for me.
Not really, no. Just that I've been enjoying Alexion's 4213.
I've gotten a lot of good feedback from others too, and I tried it, and it's a nice change of scenery. I personally feel like it's a little bit too narrow for my playstyle, but lots of other people said it was game changing. So if you haven't tried it, go try it.
Yeah, I've been playing probably most of this week with it, and instead of his 4-3-3 second variation. And it's nice because I can swap between the two in game as well, which is really, really helpful. But I'm scoring so many goals with my centre mids with that formation. They're sort of making runs to the edge of the box. I'm doing a little heel to heel to beat the CDM. Then it's just creating some space and I'm laying it off to one of the forwards or just smashing it with my centre mid. That's why I was saying Angel Gomez has been scoring so many goals there. Who's let's go here. Who's the favourite card that you've used this week?
We should call this. We actually took a poll to what we would call this segment. It's a very original idea, and no other podcast has anything like it. We're gonna call it Coin for Coin Colossus.
Coin for Coin Colossus. Brilliant. I love it.
You can go first, Wise, if you have one.
Okay.
This is basically the player who's giving you the most bang for your buck.
Oh man,
Not even
It's crazy
necessarily
that-
bang for the buck, just
Yeah,
the
just
favourite
playing
card
well.
you've used.
Or,
Yeah, the,
or whatever. It can be whatever.
To make sure that he gets some recognition for the past few weeks before we started the Coin for Coin Colossus. Now that he's discard, which is hilarious, the Barella center mid is insane. I've really enjoyed him. That said, for the new flashy boy on my team that's been playing the best, I mentioned earlier the Ricardo Carvalho hero center back with Anticipate Plus from the Liga Portuguesa. Now that we're getting some good Evos like that Ignacio or whatnot, and you need to link in some of your Portuguese or Portuguese league boys, he has got some very good stats. He doesn't, knock on wood here as I go into more weekend league after this, but doesn't misplace tackles. He's only got Defender Plus in the player roles. That said, I feel like that's good enough for where we're at, but really like what he's doing. He's also a beast off of the corners, either with his, for some reason, acrobat play style or the aerial play style. So he is my Coin for Coin Colossus this week. Sitting, I didn't mention how many coins, probably sitting around like 170, 180 by the time you guys are listening to the pod.
Paul?
Zaire Emery.
Mm.
He's not got any role plus, but he has got playmaker plus. And yeah, he's strong, wins the ball back, can shoot, can do it all. Nice links, just a really nice solid card. Really good balance between a big hefty sort of strong centre mid and somebody who can sort of move about a bit and dribble as well. So yeah, I've been using him. And I'm just going to throw a bonus one in there. Aspas. I packed Aspas and he has been...
He's been worth that when he was extinct and all that stuff this past week.
I don't know if I'd have paid $380 for him, but
Yeah.
he's definitely worth $250 all day long.
Nice.
I'm going to have to go with my girl Crystal Dunn. I did the SBC, but before I did that, I was using the gold version, and it was just as good. Monster card. She can play anywhere. I have her at right mid in the 4-1-2 and 2 wide. But she can also slide over and play CM. She can play box to box. Just a fantastic card. I don't know if it's still available.
Yes, it is. Yep, it is.
It is.
Yep.
So if you are listening and you need a good card like that, a good well-rounded card that can play a lot of positions and do a lot of things, give it a look. Kind of hard to link if you don't have any other American women or NWSL players, but great off the bench as well. I know nobody wants to spend that much for a bench player, especially this early on, but either way, that's mine. And that's going to wrap it up, I think.
Just like that.
If you want to follow anybody, do that. You can click the link in the show notes. If you want to join the free Discord, do that as well. That's also free. If you want ad-free episodes, join the Patreon. That link is also in the show notes. Anything else before we go, boys?
Catch you next week.
Later.
Nibizzle.